Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Hassan Shirazi. Unfortunately, this is one of the hardest episodes that I'm going to be making. I have decided to sell the 2008 Lexus ISF that I purchased almost 9 months ago. This was a one-owner car, clean Carfax, no modifications, no accidents, and its entire life service at the dealership. But unfortunately, it's being replaced by a different car. No, not that one, but this one, this 2024 Audi RS3 in turbo blue. In today's episode, I'm going to be giving you a little overview of this Lexus ISF before it goes on sale on Bring a Trailer, by bringing it out of the garage and going over all the power functions of the car, the interior, exterior, do a little walk around. We're going to do a cold start on this car, and we're also going to be showing my mechanic Tom Huerta's initial reaction and assessment when I first took this car to him back in March of this year. And later on, we're going to be taking it back to Tom, and he's going to be telling you exactly what he's done. He's going to rack it up and telling you about his professional opinion about this car. We're also going to be showing you what my mobile detailer Sam Martinez done to this car. As far as the paint correction, ceramic coating that he's done, he's going to give you his professional opinion about this car. And I'm also going to be driving this car around Pacific Coast Highway, which is one of my favorite places to drive. It's not that far from my house, so that you have a better perspective of this car before you see it go on Bring a Trailer. And if you guys like the content of this channel, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. That's one of the ways that gets our channel growing. And now, if you're ready, I'm going to be pulling out the Lexus ISF out of the garage. Alright guys, there you see it, the 2008 Lexus ISF in Ultrasonic Blue Mica with black leather interior. I'm gonna first pop the hood and touch the engine block, making sure that you guys see that it is in fact a cold engine, and we're gonna give it a little start. We're gonna do what it's called a cold start. Alright. Alright, let's pop the hood. One thing to mention, that the hood struts on this car was recently replaced, and now we're gonna be touching everything here. It is a cold engine. I'm gonna even take the engine cover off for you. Just gonna put it right here. See, everything is nice and cold on this Yamaha designed engine. It's a collaboration of Yamaha and Lexus. I'm gonna put this baby back. Then actually I'm just gonna put it on the floor, or put it right here, and then I'm gonna start it up. My hand is a little bit dirty, but I'm not going to be touching anything. Let's start this baby up. All right, it has 111,565 miles. There is no lights on. That's a park sensor. That's a regular light on. That's a fog light on, obviously, because we're in the garage. And seatbelt light is on, and obviously door open is on. Now I'm going to go give it a little bit of gas. Actually, I don't even know where the throttle is, but I'm gonna touch everything again. Show you that this car is in fact nice and cold. All right, now, if you guys are ready, I'm gonna pull it out of the garage, okay? Let's put this engine cover back on. It just clips in. It's nice and clipped in. And we're going to close the hood. All right, let's get inside of it, and we're gonna pull it out of the garage. I'm gonna put it in park and show you some of the power functions of this car. One touch down, one touch up. That's the driver's side window. Let's do the passenger side window. One touch down, one touch up. Passenger rear, one touch down, one touch up. And driver's rear as well. One touch down, one touch up. Let's go to the sunroof. I have it on tilt. Then we can do the going back. We're gonna bring it back to the tilt. Lights, the LED light right here, the map light, this one, on and off. This is the regular light when you open the doors. Let's see. Let's do some climate control. Let's see. I'm gonna do the auto. And the temperature is 71. You can do the reduce the temperature, because right now it's on dual. If you want to do single, it's got a dual climate control. If you want to do single, you can too. It's very nice and cold. Let's see, let's bring it down more. It is actually very cold right now. We're gonna take it all the way to for heater, and it goes all the way up as well. And now it's getting nice and hot. It immediately switches over. Stereo system works. Even the navigation system works. Shut this off. Navigation system also works. I have some addresses in here. It's a super old navigation system. Let me see, destination. Some previous destinations. If you want to put it in, it actually does work. And then I think you put enter. I don't even use it anymore. Yes, it's calculator. Super old, but it's okay. The heated seats, drivers and passengers, it works. Also, this car, the previous owner, the doctor that owned it, he installed a camera, so a dash cam, and it has a 64 megabyte micro SD card, so it's got a continuous loop on it, because sometimes people, especially in California, they don't drive like the way they're supposed to. So let's see, let me shut off the climate control. Clock works on it, you know, it's got the basic things on it. It even has a CD changer. I don't know when you're going to be using the CD changer. You got the paddle shifter, plus and minus. Cruise control works, volumes, every single thing over here works. You got the memory seat. Number one, this is for my wife, and then number two was for me. The steering wheel goes up for you, and you see you have the same settings for the passenger side. And let's see what else. Little cup holder right here that works. You have some stuff over here. I have some paper towel. Let me get these out. Also, we have for people that have iPhone, we have a little iPhone receptor right here. Dashboard, give you this. And also, on their previous ownership, the dealership actually replaced the dashboard, door cards, and I believe even the side pillars, because of there was a recall on this car. Under, I guess, the intense sun, it would be very sticky. Okay, guys, now let's talk a little bit about the seats of this Lexus ISF. Thankfully, the seats are in a very, very good condition. Although it has 111,000 miles, you don't see any visible signs of rips, and they're in very good condition. Yes, you do see some wrinkles in the seats, but they don't have any miscoloration or rips in them, which is very, very important. Also, the center console. Now I'm going to go and look at the back seats, and then later on the passenger front seats. And here's a little view of the rear seats, driver's rear. And it's very good shape. Also, the cup holders work as well. You can put them in here, close it, and put it here or up down there. All the door cards are in good shape. There's no rips in here. Also, I forgot this. And let's do the power seat options. You can see the seats do work as they should. It's the highest setting that is up, down. The power steering does work. And now let's go to the other seats, check out the conditions of them. In very, very good shape. This was where my son's child seat was. There is no rips in the seat, but there's a little bit of a mark on the seat. And now, and also let's look over here. See, it's in very, very good shape. And the passenger front seat as well. Everything looks great on it. And let's see, the seat works. All the power button on the seat works. Down, up, tilt, all of that stuff works. And also the bolster works. And you see the door parts here. All of these work. They look in good shape. And I also have an aftermarket floor mats in the car, but we have the original floor mats. I'm gonna actually open it up the back for you guys to see. Got the original floor mats right here. Got the Montana plate. Also, we have some touch-up paint. So if you don't like those, we got all the OEM floor mats. All right, guys, I'm gonna give you a little walk around of this car. Now, my mobile detailer has done a stage 1 paint correction on it, 6-month ceramic coating on it. I have Samuel Martinez. He is my mobile detailer and car enthusiast. He has a nice 63 Thunderbird. The man knows his cars.
I love it.
And I'm gonna have him explain what the process of he's already done and what he's gonna be doing in the next couple of minutes. Go ahead, Sam.
All right, real quick. So on this Lexus ISF, I've already done the paint prep. So what that means is I synthetic clay barred it. I did an actual clay bar, and then before that, actually, I did a wax removal, like a decontaminant wash. So then now that the paint is completely prepped and ready, when I go to the paint correction step, it's just gonna make it all that much easier. And a one-step paint correction will remove between 50 and 70% of all scratches. And so mostly all the swirls will be gone, and it's gonna look incredibly better. It's going to get that wet water look, and it's going to be shining.
But there is definitely a little bit of visible signs of rock chips. Obviously, if you drive it on the highway or normal roads, you get those. I'm going to go a little bit, pull in a little bit closer. You can even see it on the front bumper. And there's some areas right here. So if you're really interested, you can definitely get the front hood, bumper, and maybe even the side mirrors repainted. But they are not super visible, and especially prior to Sam doing a paint correction on this Lexus ISF, he actually got the paint touch-up from Lexus, and it's exact same color code as this Ultrasonic Blue Mica. And then he put the paint touch-up on it, waited for 3 weeks for it to cure, then he did the paint correction on it. So for a car that has not been in an accident, one owner car, clean Carfax, no modification, this is a very fine example for almost a 16-year-old car. Now there is a small scratch on the side of this car. You have to really zoom in to see. As we're going across the car, everything else looks pretty good. There's no fading on this car. Very nice and clean lines. Coming to the back, again, very nice. There is a little something here. I think somebody was trying to back up. I mean, you have to zoom in really close to see it. I have OCD. I'm in dental business, so my eyes work really close when I see a car's paint job, and as you see my other cars, I pay close attention to their paint, but you have to really zoom in to see the imperfections on this car. There is a small door ding here, little paint chip here as we're going across. There is also a light scratch over here. All right, that's all the tour of the outside. All right, let's not forget about the conditions of the wheels and tires. These wheels definitely do have some curb rashes, so for the next owner of this car, if they are interested, they can get the wheels redone and put some new tires on it too. The tires have a decent amount of tread on them left for another like 4,000 or 5,000 miles. When you change the tires also, you can get the wheels done if you're really interested, or some people just buy new set of wheels. I actually do love the style of these BBS wheels, but they do have some curb rashes. The rear, the driver's rear doesn't have that much, just a couple of areas here. Passenger rear has some areas right here and a little bit right there, and you can definitely see the new pads that we put in and the new rotors. And then passenger front, you can definitely see some visible signs of curb rashes. And the tires, you can see how much tread they have left on them. I would say another 4,000 or 5,000 miles on them. Yep. All right, guys, we brought the ISF to Tom's mechanic shop. Hey, Tom.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing?
Another car.
Another beast.
Another beast. All right. Tom is going to be taking a look at this 2008 Lexus ISF, and he's going to give me his professional opinion of how it is, of what it needs, and, you know, the basic stuff. Yeah. How about it, Tom? What do you think?
What a beautiful piece of machinery right off the bat. Every line just looks perfect. I really like the encapsulation panels that they did underneath the hood here. Keeps the dirt and all the debris away from some of the electronic pieces. Pop this up and pull her dress off, see what she looks like underneath.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is one of the 5,000 Lexus ISFs that was imported to the United States, Tom. 5.0 liter V8, naturally aspirated, 416 horsepower and 371 pound-feet of torque.
Wow. All aluminum V8. You gotta love it. So it looks like single plug per cylinder. Absolutely beautiful. And Toyotas, they make a great car.
There's not much room to work in here, though.
Never is. No.
They fit.
They shoehorned a V8 in here.
Yep.
Yeah, that back spark plug looks like it'd be a lot of fun. I look at it in the maintenance. We did 7 of 8 spark plugs.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this looks great. All right, let's get her up in the air and see what she looks like.
All right. The moment of truth is coming, guys. About to see the ISF, if it's needs a lot of maintenance or not a lot. But Tom has been working on all of my cars and a lot of other customers' cars, so he knows a lot about these things.
Yeah, this is a good looking car.
You know what I'm gonna ask, Tom? Any leaks?
I was gonna say, you know, typical Toyota fashion, this thing looks like you could eat off the bottom of it.
Looks dry, man.
Looks great.
Wow. Now, as I mentioned, Tom, the previous owner, really nice gentleman, single owner car. He's had this car from 2008 to 2023, where I purchased it for my wife. But you know, I like these high performance cars. And it was dealer maintained. Do you see any evidence of accidents? He told me, and the Carfax said that 0 accidents.
Yeah, I don't see anything. You know, generally what we try to look for is any sort of witness marks. If subframe bolts have moved, any sort of collision that would move the subframe in the rear. Like I've said before, those cosmoline and those glue lines that they put in from the factory, really hard to duplicate. So you can tell right away if something's not looking factory. You got almost as many as control arms on these rear spindles as Audis do.
Nice.
Yeah. So definitely, I'd say definitely front pads and rotors when you get ready to do them.
So front pads and rotors, what about the rear?
Yeah, rear pads too. You can feel this lip, and then when you
Rear
see,
pads and rotors, or okay, so front pads and rear pads plus front rotors and rear rotors, okay?
yeah, you're really trying to eliminate this. Looks like a record player. You could actually run your finger over it and feel.
Okay.
Give that a feel. That'll tell you.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's brakes. I mean, it's a
fast car. It needs to stop
it
fast.
needs- yes, exactly.
It's not the speed that gets you, it's the sudden abrupt stop, right?
Right. Anything wrong with the suspension?
I don't see a single thing wrong. Looks like these bolts have never even been touched, which is great.
Nice.
That's one of the things you kind of want to look for. Anytime you're moving hardware, you're going to see basically just wear marks on the bolts themselves, which I don't see.
What is this?
This is actually the rear differential.
Nice.
And they have actually put in a coupling. This is what they call a flex disc. German cars love to use these.
Uh-huh.
You are starting to get some cracks there. You see that? This is basically a vibration dampener.
Okay.
It absorbs the vibration of the engine. It doesn't transfer through the rest of the car.
Okay.
Usually they have one front and one rear, and then a carrier bearing. So we'll get a look at the front flex disc.
Oh, it's right there, huh?
Yeah, you can see it right there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
that's
That's going to be a pain to
That's
do
fun.
that one. That one looks good?
That one looks good.
Okay, so
Yeah, that one I like.
the rear one is starting to wear out, or do you think it needs it's an immediate replacement, or?
This is something I would probably address within the year.
Okay.
Especially with spirited driving, maybe even 6 months. But if your wife's going to be driving it, I doubt this is going to come into play.
Okay. Yeah, she's not a...
Not going to be a
She
factor.
doesn't have a lead foot.
What a beautiful piece of machinery.
Thank you, sir.
Let's get the back.
Any leak on the exhaust? There's no rust spots, no nothing?
Don't see anything. They are using the quad tip design mufflers.
But you notice they're not connected, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they come out right there and they stop. So
Yeah. So these are aesthetics.
yeah, but it looks really good.
Looks like we might have got some sort of.
Yeah, a little bit of a backup into it, like a...
That's a license plate bracket
Yep.
that they backed into,
Yep.
which is repairable. I mean,
Yeah.
cosmetic stuff is not bad. I don't see anything on the seams, which is great.
Nice. No weld spots or anything like that?
Yeah, these crimp welds that they put together here, usually when things get smashed, these things never go straight again.
Gotcha.
Let's check this side.
So did you used to work in a body shop too, Tom? Or you were an investigator, or?
No, that was actually one of my dream jobs. I wanted to be a forensics mechanic, where vehicles need to be removed, disassembled, and inspected, and then you had to be able to be eloquent enough to basically tell the lawyer,
Right.
This is how the brake failed.
Oh,
This
wow.
is how, put it into layman's terms for them so that they could, prove or disprove some sort of vehicle failure.
Gotcha.
That never worked out.
Right.
That's one of those jobs that you hold out for Mercedes-Benz. Unless somebody dies or retires, you're not going to get it.
Right.
But fast forward a few years, and One of the shops that I did work at in New Mexico had a body shop next to it, and you just kind of, you pick up
Things.
a lot of the little tricks,
Gotcha.
especially when they were painting Red Bull.
Right. Oh, yeah. If you guys remember Tom's RX-7, that's nicknamed the Red Bull. He actually did a nice review on it. What a great looking car.
Yeah. So run your finger down that too, you'll see. And those little hills and valleys, those actually transfer into your brake pedal.
Oh, okay.
So when you're feeling some sort of brake vibration, under braking, under load, and it's in the pedal, it's in the pedal and it's in the steering wheel, that's front rotors. If you feel that same sort of vibration, but it's in the seat of your pants, that's rear rotors.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife little scrubbed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I like what I see.
Good.
Yeah. All their cooling fins look good. Nothing looks smacked. You can actually see the reinforcement bar there through the grille, which is nice. No damage. This is a clean car.
Amen. Do we need to take off this panel to see if it's leaking, or you don't think it is leaking at all?
Yeah, we can take it off and give it a look.
All right, Tom has also take off this cover. What do they exactly call this? The oil pan cover, or?
This is what they call the lower encapsulation panel.
Okay.
And it does look like we need to address transmission cooler line.
Okay.
You see that guy's sweating there?
Yeah.
That just happens over time. Not a defect, but just a failure of the rubber hose.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that we took that off.
Yeah.
So, all right. So tell me what exactly we need one more time. Front and rear brake pads and rotors.
Yes.
You said something about a coupler.
The rear flex disc.
Okay. And then this one.
Yeah, this looks like it's just going to be an easy hose replacement, and then wipe it all down and make sure it's good.
All right.
Surprising, Toyotas don't leak.
Yeah.
But I think that's just due to time. If it sat in storage, it would probably do the same thing.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, you heard it from the man, Tom. He looked the ISF both on the top and the bottom. Now we're gonna lower it, and we're gonna be dropping off this Ultrasonic Blue Mica ISF, and Tom is gonna be having another project. All right, guys, we brought the ISF to my mechanic. This is Tom. He's worked on plenty of my cars, poor guy. And he's going to tell you his professional opinion of this Lexus ISF. Worked on my AMG 4Runner. I mean, all the good ones. All the good ones. The Tundra. He's worked on plenty of cars. So I'm going to let Tom give you his perspective on this ISF and what he's done on it so far, and what does he think of this car in general. Go ahead, Tom.
All right, hey everyone, 2008 Lexus ISF, AKA the bad boy. V8 motor, all aluminum block, incredible powerhouse machine. When we first got the car here on the rack, we put a full set of front pads and rotors. We had noticed that there was a transmission oil cooler line that had just been kind of saturated just due to time. So we replaced that hose for the transmission oil cooler. New pads and rotors all the way around, and since then it's only gotten about 3,000 miles.
Yep, I've only put 3,000 miles in the past 7 months on it.
Yeah. Synthetic engine oil change with a factory filter, and then we also put on some hood shocks. They just wear out over time.
The hood shocks, we just replaced that.
If you want to take a look underneath the vehicle, there's no witness marks to any of the frame, no frame damage. Most of the panel pieces are intact. The rear end, there's no witness marks on any sort of rear collision. Mufflers look to be intact. And one of the things that we had found out about this car, it uses a rubber coupling, just like Mercedes and BMW, front and rear flex disc. This one was cracked. When you do call the dealership, they want to kind of get you for the whole drive shaft. But if you do a little bit of digging down on the internet, you can actually find the part number and get just this coupling. I want to say it's the same part number as like the the Lexus SUV, if I'm not mistaken, but we can also verify that with Google. But what we did is we ended up taking the rear diff, moving it away, taking the rear portion of this drive shaft, moving that away, and replacing this flex disc. So that's new. Just kind of takes a beating with, you know, how much power this car produces. But it is in phenomenal shape. And you look here, there has never been any sort of damage underneath. Very, very solid car. With rear camera.
Yeah. And it's got the Parktronic too, so.
Yeah, very, very loaded vehicle.
All right, Tom. Well, she's about to go on Bring a Trailer.
All right.
Thank you for giving me your professional opinion of this car.
Yeah.
I will definitely miss this car, but it's being replaced by a 2024 Audi RS3, not surprisingly, in another blue color called Turbo Blue. Thank you so much, Tom.
Absolutely, my friend.
All right, guys, now we're going to take this Lexus ISF for a little drive. We're going to take it to Pacific Coast Highway. It's one of my favorite areas to test drive my cars for the channel, and obviously this car that is going to go up on sale. We're going to give you different perspectives. We're going to give it a little bit of gas, start, braking, and basically give you an idea how it feels like driving this Lexus ISF. Start it up. All right, let's turn on the AC. It is, how much is the temperature? 72 degrees outside. We're gonna need some AC. I'm gonna put it on 68. And now it's gonna be going on high because the car has been sitting under the sun. All right. The navigation is working. I'm going to shut off the navigation, and let's just make sure this thing is on. A few things to mention about this car. These seats, although they're almost 16 years old on this car, they actually hug you perfectly. However, there's not that much room if you want to push the seat back and get a little bit more comfortable. So technically this car is a 4-passenger car because there is no seat in the middle. But if you're a really big person and you want to sit in the back, you're going to have some issues. But for my family, I'm 5'9" and a half, 190 some pounds. It's fine. I've never had any problem with it. And go make a left. Give this car a little bit of gas. Drives very nice and firm. Go up the steering wheel. The wheel doesn't move to the left or right. It doesn't shake. Very, very impressed by how tight and strong and durable these Lexuses are, especially, I mean, it's a Toyota. I mean, no wonder that Toyota 4Runner that I have at 273,000 miles, the one that is 5-speed manual transmission, that recently went up on sale on Bring a Trailer. I mean, it's amazing. It's mind-boggling how Japanese have engineered these cars. And this car is in tip-top shape. Few things to notice for people that are interested in buying this car. The major things have been done on this car. Namely, the valley plate has been done by the previous owner. When they had the car out to change the starter. The starter, I believe it sits underneath the engine. So it was like a $3,000–4,000 job. So while it was out, they also changed the valley plate seal so it doesn't leak oil. And also the last owner, the doctor, changed the shocks and struts. That's another thing to know about this car. And obviously under my ownership in the past 8 months, I've changed the front rotors, front pads, they're Brembos, they're the OEMs, and obviously that transmission cooler line, oil change, and the hood struts, and a little bit of cosmetic. Obviously Sam has rejuvenated this car's paint by doing a paint correction on it, and applied the 6-month ceramic coating on it as well. So this car is basically ready to go for a new home. In the past 8 months I put only about 3,000 miles on this car, and yeah, it has plenty of life left in it. Now we're gonna make a left. I'm gonna put this car on sport mode because you have the sport, you have the normal, and you have the snow mode. And now we are entering Pacific Coast Highway. It's a beautiful day again. It's a Sunday. And I'm gonna let the traffic kind of go a little bit more. And let me pull over, guys, so you guys can see this car in action. Ahead of me is empty. I'm gonna get back on the highway and give it a little bit of gas. You see the secondary intake kicking in. Very, very nice, very solid. There's no skipping of the gears. I mean, I cannot emphasize how smooth this car is. Again, let go of the steering wheel. I'm gonna put it on cruise control. And let's engage the cruise control. It's really good, nice and firm. No shaking of the steering wheel. Okay, a little bit left and right, a little bit left and right. No ticking noise, no clicking noise, nothing. When a car is maintained from the get-go, and it comes with a very, very quality workmanship and assembly line in Japan. I mean, compared this Lexus ISF to BMW M3s with the Vanos and rod bearings, and Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG with the crank bolts and issues that they had. I mean, these cars are definitely way more reliable than those German competitors. So I'll give it a little bit more gas. See the secondary intake kicking in again. Really nice. Oh yeah, goes. We're gonna slow down. There is no noise in the brakes. 6-piston Brembo calipers in the front. The 2-piston Brembo calipers in the rear definitely are a good choice. Good pairing between Brembo and Lexus for this car. All right, guys, I'm gonna pull over. I'm gonna put one of these cameras on my forehead so you can see a better angle of this car while I'm driving it. Pull over here and do some adjusting. All right, then I gotta make a U-turn. All right, now we're gonna get this car back on Pacific Coast Highway. Let's see, I gotta make a U-turn. You can't make a U-turn here. Let's see. And we can't do anything here, so I gotta go all the way to the next traffic light. All right, we're gonna make a U-turn and get back on Pacific Coast Highway. As you see, the car has 111,570 miles on it. And now we're gonna put about 2 or 3 more miles on it before I return it back home. Then it's gonna sit in the garage until the next owner picks it up. Oh, look at that. Look at that Volkswagen bus. See a lot of those cars. One more thing about this car, since it's Southern California only, you don't see rust. That's why you see a 64.5, 65 Mustang right there. You see a 60s Volkswagen bus. You see a Corvette right there. And basically these cars do not get rusted. And that's one of the beauties of living in Southern California. You pay a lot of taxes, and price of property is definitely not cheap, but you get the benefits. You have a lot of cars that since they don't have any rust or anything rust related, corrosion, they can still be driven for years. And let's drive this car a little bit more. As you see, no lights are on. I have the cruise control on. I'm gonna give it a little bit of gas, and you see the secondary intake coming on again. I'm gonna make it left a little bit, and we're just gonna drive this car. Looks like the police has pulled somebody over, and we're gonna put this car on cruise control, letting go of the hands. Besides a little bit of tilting, obviously that's normal for any car. This car does not have the lane departure or correction like my Audi RS3 has or my BMW M3 has. We're a 16-year-old car again. It was very advanced. It came with a lot of packages. I mean, dual power seats, memory seats, heated seats, dual zone digital climate control. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions while the auction is going live, please don't hesitate to ask me. And to whoever buys this car, best of luck. It was only under my custodianship for only 8 months, but we got that new Audi RS3. So this car is gonna go to a new home, and I hope whoever is the owner enjoys it, and it will be a very, very nice and reliable car from wherever you are, whatever corner of the country that you are. You will definitely enjoy this beautiful Lexus ISF.